السلام عليكم. Okay, guys. The main topic of this week, we talked about the stack and the queue. And these are the main topics of this week. Now the stack, we said it's an algorithm, sorry, something like this, stack. It's an algorithm that uses the technique of last in, first out. Said LIFO. Okay? Last in, first out. And we just said it's just like a stack of books. Where you have books. The last book you put, so this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. So the last book you add to the stack is the first book you will remove. Okay? And we said that the keywords for insertion and removal is the push and pop. So when you want to add an item, yes, exactly, Mahmoud, if you want to add an item, you use the word push or the method push, and when you want to remove, you use pop to remove an item. Okay, so that was for the stack algorithm. For the queue algorithm, very much similar to the arrays and linked list. No, by the way, and for the stack, there's only one access, which is the top. Okay, the top is the only access, and we call the top, right? Where you can add and remove elements and elements of the array. Right. For the queue, now the queue has 2 access points. Okay, so if we have these elements, right, and they're going in this direction. Now the first item, okay, in the first item, which is this one, right, is the first item to be inserted, is the first item to be out of the queue. So this is the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, because this one, theoretically, it is inserted first, and it will leave first. Okay, so the queue algorithm uses the FIFO, first in, first out, and it has 2 access points, as we said, 2 access points. It has the tail. Yep, that's right, Mahmoud, tail, and the head. Okay, so I have 2 access points to this array. Now the keywords, it has several, let's say 3 keywords that we deal with. It's obviously it's the add and remove, as we know before, and we add to it peek as well for checking. Okay, peek method as well for checking. Okay, but so the queue is very much similar to the linked list. I won't go into detail. It's easier. Let's concentrate on the stack here. Let's take an example because we haven't seen the stack yet. Again, the queue is very much similar to the linked list, so there's no point of going over that again. We already had more than one example, an exercise as well to do the linked list. So we'll have an example that will do with the stack. Now, for the stack, you need to import it from the library. And it's in Java, the tutorial. java.util.stack, and let's create our stack. Public class, and we call it stack. We can't call it stack, so we'll call it stack demo. Stack demo. Okay, so this is our class, and we open our main method, so public static void main string args إلى آخره. Right? Now we create an object of the stack, calling it from here, from this import. Right? So we say stack. Let's give it the object S. Okay, for stack, let's call it S equals the new stack. Okay, we created the object. Now let's put in some values. Let's put in some values. Let's say S. It's not. I don't think so. No. This is my own slide. This is my own example. I don't think it's in the slide there. So I think it's better that you actually write this example. S dot push See, now we're inputting values. We don't say s dot add. We say s dot push. And string, let's say put Ahmed. For simplicity, let's put letters. Okay. Okay, for simplicity, we'll just add letters. Right, so A. Then we say S dot push. Let's have another one. Say B. Then S dot push C. Then S dot push D. Okay, I'll give you a minute to just write this so I can move to the next page because I don't have enough space in here. I'll give you a minute and then I'll move to the next page. So basically, so in this box, how do you arrange the items? There are 4 items here now, right? Okay, so where does A be? Where does A go? Where does A go? A? No, A doesn't go at the top, right? Mahmoud is right. Okay, A doesn't go at the top because now don't get confused. I know we are going down like this way, but just go back to the theory. What did we say? The item that is inserted first, it goes at the bottom of the stack, right? Theoretically. خلينا هذا قص. Sorry, هذا قص. Okay, so it looks like this is stack وهذا قص. Okay, so هذا قص لكن لنا خطي هذا. لكن هذا قص. Okay, so A goes at the bottom, then B, then C, then D. D is at the top of the stack. Is this clear? واضح هذا؟ Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on then. Let's do some action here. So let's start removing some. Let's say system dot out dot print line, and we say, for example, removed. I'll write it down here so I have space. We say something like removed item is, okay, let's say removed item is plus s dot pop. Okay, s dot pop. So basically we're saying that right, remove, well, we just basically would say the item that we want to remove is this item. Now which item will this be? DRD. And then we can say as well, excuse me, we can say system dot out dot print line, and then I'm just going to write it down here so I have space. We may say, for example, now items. Let's say new items, a new list. Is plus S. Okay, I'm sorry, plus S. Okay, so we'll have the new item. Right, so this is the end of the class, and let's see what happens. Now, basically, I'll give you a minute to write this, and then I'll give you a minute to copy this. I need to copy this because I will ask you to do an exercise afterwards. So starting without the mic on, I think. I said, Walid already did the class, which is very good, well done on that. Okay, let's see what the output should be. So the output, this is the output. This is the output, and it will say removed. What did we say now? We said removed item is, and the program automatically will bring D for us. Okay, automatically will bring D for us because we said pop, so it will pop the last item we inserted. So yeah, it will say removed item is D. Next line, it will say, what did we say there? We said the new list. Yeah, the new list is new list is, yeah, well done, Ali. Yeah, it will say A, and it will give you these brackets because it's a stack or an array. It will give you these brackets by default. It shows that it's an array. Okay, so say a new list is A, B, C. Okay, so this is our final answer, right? Is this clear? Okay, I want you to distinguish now. Okay, this is a display. Now it will display display what we have entered. Now the algorithm of insertion. Okay, it's a good question because I want you to distinguish this. The algorithm that will deal with this array, it will go by last in first out. So the algorithm, when you do push and pop, it will deal, when we do the pop, it will deal with the last item being pushed. Okay, so this diagram or this picture I drew, or even the book example, remember the book example that I show you? These are examples. These are just to bring it closer to your imagination. It will explain the algorithm, how the algorithm works. But when it will print in normal, just like a normal array. It's only the algorithm that is different. The way the algorithm deals with the situation. Okay? So when you do push, the last item being pushed is the first item that will be popped. Okay? So when I say s.pop, D will go. Okay, D will go. So D is no longer in the array. Do you understand the difference now? Yeah? Okay, so when I'm giving this example of drawing the picture or giving you the book example, it's just to get it closer to your imagination. Okay, but the algorithm will print it just like normal. So it's not going to print it like this. A, B, C. It's not going to do this in front of us. Right? It's not for display. This is what's going in the background. The algorithm is working this way. Right? Okay. To understand this better, obviously you need to practice yourself. So let's have this exercise. Okay, we'll have this exercise. Okay, so let's say create tell you what, I'm going to use this. I can copy it straight to the discussion board. So let's say create a stack object that will do the following. First, let me think of this. Right. Insert five elements. Insert 5 elements. Remove the third element. Display the remaining 4 elements. So this is a little bit trick. There's a trick here. Okay, so I'd like you to do this. There's a minor trick in this question. So I'd like to insert 5 elements, remove the third element, then display the remaining 4 elements. I'm going to go over to the discussion board and open a forum there, and then you can participate in the discussion board. Well, think about it then. Think about it then, Wade. Okay, the forum is created for you, so you can go there and participate. For Suleiman, just hold us, Suleiman. We'll all go to pray in about 15 minutes, inshallah. Okay, so this exercise that it shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to solve. It won't take you much. So try to do it now, and I suggest you do it now, because why do you have to? I know I give you till tomorrow to do it, but why would you leave it? Just try to do it. You're in the session now. Try to, you're sitting in your laptop. Try to do it now. Get rid of it. So we'll go to pray in about 15 minutes, all of us. Walid, okay, Walid, this was the line. Okay, so just gonna go back. Okay, this was the line. Okay, good, inshallah. Okay, guys, very good contribution so far. It's an easy task. Now, the idea is, obviously, and I think, well, most of you got to try it anyway, those who participated. The idea is that you will push the 5 items. Let's call them, for example, A, B, C, D. Okay, the 5 items, right? Then I ask you to remove the third item. In this case, it will be C. Okay. Now, in order to remove C, you have to remove B and D. Okay. But eventually, so you're gonna have to remove this, then remove the C. Eventually, I ask you to display the remaining 4 items, meaning that you have to push D and E again, then display. Do you get this? Okay, so you have to again push the whole 5 items, then remove E, D, and C, then push D and E and display the output. Okay, so it's a simple task, and many people did it right, and I wait for the other contributions as well. I think that's for this week. If you have a question, then do please email me, and I'll see you inshallah next week. Assalamu alaikum.